Fuck You.
Season 1 review.
We are jumping into the review for episode 13 with Amanda Ratuki. So good. So good. Such a good kōrero. In her episode, Amanda talked to us about her mental wealth through lockdown, what it was like growing up in a conservative Christian environment, and motherhood, and so much more.
Binaka Vakalevu, Amanda. We're so thankful for the story that you'll be able to articulate through your koha to us. Amanda welcomes us by inviting us to not put pressure on others when we can actually be kind to ourselves in this first nugget.
But how to be kind to our guilt and our shame, probably. Yeah, I think that's probably what I've really struggled with. And I would like no one else to have to do that, because it's actually not really fair to the other human being that you're engaging with, because you put all your shit onto them, and it's a lot for them to take on.
Amanda then reminds us that not all of us are equipped with the same skill set to navigate every journey with this next gem.
Because one of the most difficult things, I think, is actually so I guess the technical term for kind of where I am at with my sort of thoughts around religion and Christianity in particular is that I have gone through a process of deconstruction, which can be quite difficult because usually the people around you are not also deconstructing. And in my case, it probably took another 5 years before people around me also started doing a similar thing. So it's quite, for me, I tend to be one of those people that just like needs to offload all the shit that's in my head, and sometimes I forget that the spray from all of that actually, lands on other people and might burn them a little bit.
Amanda then rounds us up by inviting us to be more open to being wrong about what we feel or think is right in this year.
Challenge how you think about stuff, because it might not actually be right.
Kia ora, Amanda. They were all just golden nuggets. All of them. I think often you and I are challenging each other on how we think.
100.
All the time. I think that's kind of low. Like that, for us and our friendship, I think that's low-hanging fruit. Because I feel so comfortable like, Malusil, why are you doing this? And not out of a place of like calling you out. It's like, okay, help me to understand where you're coming from. Yeah. And that kind of plays into that. So the second piece too of like understanding that the spray of what you say can burn people. So I know that if I ever feel like I've been burnt a little bit by you, I can be like, hey, actually, let's have a talk about this, because it may not have been your intention, but it probably was your impact. And like that doesn't happen very often at all. Like I think you're very considerate with your words.
To an extent, I guess.
Yeah, but everybody is.
No, yeah, I 100% agree with you, and I want to echo everything that you just said. Was there anything else that was hitting for you?
Yeah, I think it's just the consideration of just like not throwing shit into the world and then walking away. Just be like, oh, hi, here, take this. I'm going to go now. And it could be something simple of like, it could be something simple of like, I don't like how you did that thing. Or something as extreme as like laughing at them when they share something vulnerable and then walking away. Don't just like, I guess just don't be inconsiderate. Yeah. And I don't think that it's our place to consider everyone's feelings all the time about everything that we say ever.
Delicious.
But I think when there's a possibility of harm, like words are powerful. Words have weight. Words can hurt people.
On for that.
What about for you? What does it bring up for you?
Yeah, it's interesting that you say about our friendship, because to me, I've never had to question. I feel, anyways, I don't want to claim it on your behalf, but I've never had to feel like I had to hold something back from you, which is a safety that I am beginning to realize is quite a privilege.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like when I think about all the other places that I'm in, I find myself holding back a little bit more because I don't want to be myself like in its entirety because people expect me to be something else. Do you know what I mean? And it's going back to you know how like one of the whakaaro, like when you're talking, the whakaaro that came like that started popping up for me was when you're like, when people know that you're gay or when people know that you're all of these statuses, they know what to expect from you. And I think that was you actually introduced that into my worldview actually, and I'm like, actually, yeah, because people hold all of these narratives of me, they know what to expect of me. And then I'm like this, firstly, don't do that. Secondly, like, I don't even know what to expect of me. So it's really interesting that people know what to expect of me when I am still discovering what to expect of me.
Well, people think they know what to expect from
Yeah.
you. And I think that
based on their like short experiences of me. And I'm like this, bro, if you've even spent a whole day with me, that's literally, I'm 20, like, I'm 28, 9 now, 28. I don't even know how old I am. Anyways, I'm 20 something now. And I'm like, I don't, why are you holding all of that? And then at the same time, for me, I'm also being reminded why, like to release all the stories and to expect nothing from somebody.
Yeah.
And I feel like I could only say this to people like yourself who are super open-minded and don't take things like out of context, because I feel like for me, you've really been a staple ground of being like, I never, like, the thing that I always love when you're talking and when we're receiving each other, you always like, well, you say this phrase of being like, I've never actually seen it from that perspective. And that's such a powerful phrase of being like, oh, I didn't actually consider it from that perspective before. And it's like, it's so affirming because it invites for being like, I might not agree, but what do you mean? Do you know what I mean? Or it's not a full stop, because it's more, a lot of people that I find, it's like when it's fringing, it's like, ooh,
gotta go, bye.
hey, so the weather.
Yeah, but where's the growth in that?
And going back to what you were saying, so can you just remind me again what you were saying around the friendship? Because I feel like I'm addicted to that. You know, how we just keep on, like, we just go there. And I'm like, I feel that to me is the growth part of being like, I cannot wait to see what the hell happens the next time we hang out. The next time we spend time together in proximity, because I'm like, I never know what you're going to do. Even though I have these preconceived ideas of who you are, when I surrender to the moment with you, I have no idea what's going to happen. Like, and then when you entertain your biggest, weirdest self, I'm like, yeah. Like,
I reserve that just for you,
I geek out. Like, I really geek. Like, that's, I feel like that's what I geek out the most when I'm with you. And if I'm being selfish to my journey, I'm like, that's the most, like, I have the most fun when you're just like doing the weirdest random things. And I'm like, we're here. Fuck you, Tony. No, seriously. No. But yeah, so that's how I feel. I feel like for me, I'm always in this moment with you, and I'm always having so much fun, and I don't have to think about having fun or feel about having fun. It's just like, and then, yeah, it's like living without borders and limitations, and I can see how that's dangerous with other people.
Yeah, for sure. And
you have a massive heart for that, and that's something that I'm valuing every single time you shine your heart to that, because I'm like, oh, I'm actually like, and I think you're starting to hear me. I'm like, I actually need your leadership here, because I don't know how to cater to this type of whakaaro or this type of approach. And it's most of the time it's because I'm in like in my fairyland like dreams of being like, everybody is their best selves. And then when I'm coming into reality, which is something that you really add value to my life, when I'm coming back to other realities of being like, some people might not feel their best selves. And I'm like, forgot about that. It's like, oh, yeah.
They may not have the tools to get there.
Or not want to even get there. And that's okay.
That's all good.
And like, that's the part where I'm like, I would love to and I think for me, I'm a cheerleader of people's best selves. And that's something that I will radically admit every single time. And I'm like, I'm here for this moment. And if I meet you in this moment, I'm meeting the best of you and what you can bring. And if you can't,
in this moment,
if you feel otherwise, and if you have different languaging, I will accept that for what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm not saying, hey, you need to switch up your languaging to fit your best self. And I'm like, that's control.
That's your perception of what my best self is.
Thank you. Honestly,
but
that's what
also, in saying that, you're also a mirror for me, because like today, I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And you're like, calling me in to be, are you sure? Like, are you going to show up as your best self? And created space for me to go and do what I needed to do, to then be able to come back into this space and actually show up as myself. Because honestly, if I didn't have that time, this would be a very different conversation. And you knew that I was choosing not to see that. So, thank you. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I almost just threw the mic. And these are new and I just brought them in there.
The
really
actual
expensive.
You were fearful. That was the fear in your eyes.
I feared for my life. Oh my gosh. I was saying I'm grateful, but I don't want to move now. Okay, wrap it up.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Oh
my god.
These are only literally a few of the massive dismantling moments that Amanda Ratuki actually gifted us. So please go and check out the full episode. And at the same time, please know that those conversations that you hear, you might take away a lot of different things. And please, if you want to have a conversation with us, we're happy to have that conversation with you. Please know that some of our opinions have actually evolved into something else from those moments, and it's okay for us to actually revisit those things, but we also just want to really uplift our journey and being like, that's not who we are in the present, but we are so thankful that we actually got that opportunity to learn from ourselves.
Yeah, of course.
Fuck you.
Oh my god, I was so scared.
The face. It was the face for me.
Bye.